This is Lake Matano.
Озеро Матано.
Parameters, temperature 28.7 degrees. It's like in the bathtub, like when you are at home, you know, opening the water, it's nice and warm.
Вода теплая, как в ванной.
And again, you have a lot of snails here.
Снова большое количество.
Very few fish, and there's one of them. This is the habitat of Carolina poituisi, lanceolata, levine, Chilomilania, like the snails, and the plant is called Otelia mesenterium.
Это места обитания перечисленных животных.
What was so funny? What was funny, tell me?
Что смешного, расскажите? Тут написаны все животные, пожалуйста. Что еще раз?
На задних рядах не видно.
В середине тоже.
The names of...
Don't worry, I will tell them later again. This is an introduced species in the lake, and these guys eat all the shrimps. They introduced them. In fact, they are flower horns from Asia. They introduced them to the lakes for food, for human consumption, and now these guys, they eat all the little shrimps.
Эти флаверкорны были введены в озеро для рыбной ловли, а теперь они уничтожают креветок.
They are not native to the lakes.
Они в этом озере изначально не жили.
It's a Tsichla Soma. Yeah, imported. And look how nice. This is an algae in front. It's a channel. Yeah, algae.
На переднем плане водоросли.
Must be fun. Hey, I tell you when I make jokes, then you can laugh.
Мы предупредим, когда будут шутки.
And of course they have Syntrypsa matanensis is the name of the crab here. And you see, this crab have a very big arm.
Синтрипса матаненсис — это этот краб, у него очень большие клешни.
That's not for masturbation, that's because they eat the snails.
Он ест улиток.
So also we have native fish. Termaterina saracinorum is one of the native fish, and you can see the males with blue and white and yellow. It's the same species, just different colors.
Это один и тот же вид рыбок, они обитают здесь. Самцы с голубыми плавниками.
And this is the place where you can find Carolina denali, one of the most beautiful shrimps from the lakes.
Здесь можно встретить Каридину денерли, одну из самых красивых креветок озера.
And the only problem that I had was in these lakes you can find crocodiles.
А также в этом озере можно найти крокодилов, и это проблема.
So you always have to pay attention. And sometimes when I saw a cloud, you know, when you see a cloud and you see the shadow in the water, I was like.
Обычно, когда на воду падала тень от облака, я вздрагивал.
Well, Heiko, you explained that they will not get you. They just open the mouth. Well.
Хайко уже объяснял, что они не кусают, просто открывают рот.
He works for JBL, that's the problem. He said, Chris, no problem, no crocodile, they will not. Choose Chris, no more denali. That's the reason.
Хайко просто хотел, чтобы съели представителя компании Денерли.
Okay, so the funny thing, yes, sir? Will come more plants. I will continue because there are several plants in the lakes. I will tell you a little bit later a bit about the plants. And then we can think about your question again. So let me tell you a story about the crocodiles. There was a guy, well, we swam in the water, of course. Suddenly we heard a guy yelling at us, "Buaya! Buaya!" And I was like, "Hey, hello!" I thought this is hello in Indonesian, like "Buaya, buaya, hello, hello."
Мы увидели, как человек кричит что-то нам. Мы подумали, что это он так нас приветствует.
But buaya is crocodile.
Оказалось, что это слово означает крокодила.
We didn't know, so I was just hey. And suddenly the guy came with his little one, you know, a boat made of wood. It was just like a little boat, and he was sitting in there coming to us like.
Он подплыл к нам на маленькой лодке.
And he had a cell phone, and he showed a picture, boya, and it was a big crocodile. And he said, we just caught it last night in this place.
И он на телефоне на своем показал картинку, на которой был большой крокодил, и сказал, что накануне поймали такого же в этом озере.
So Chris, out of the water.
И я сразу выпрыгнул из воды.
So, of course, this is amazing. I think this is one of the nicest places of natural aquascaping. I have to show this to Takashi Amano. Say, Takashi, this aquascaping. Yeah, this is natural aquascaping. You can see it like that.
Я считаю, что это одно из самых красивых мест. Это природный акваскейп. Нужно показать это Такаши Амано.
Where is Pavel? Bautin, where is he?
Где Павел Баутин?
Where is he? He's not here. I wanted to show him because he's your world champion in aquascaping, right?
Он чемпион мира акваскейпинга.
I will show you some more nice places. And the plants, like you asked, are mainly eriocaulo. And it's very difficult to keep them in the hobby. They are usually, after a short time, the plants die. And we don't know why.
Здесь встречаются eriocaulo.
Eriocaulo.
Их очень трудно содержать в аквариуме, часто они гибнут, непонятно из-за чего.
Maybe it's because of the water, we don't know.
Может быть из-за воды, неизвестно.
I have to tell you that also, even if I am very busy with shrimps, in the last 15 years, I don't know everything about shrimps. This is a fact also.
И несмотря на то, что я занимаюсь последние 15 лет креветками, я точно не знаю всего о них.
And this is Caridina denali, one of the nicest freshwater shrimps I ever seen.
Это Caridina denali, одна из красивейших пресноводных креветок.
I have to give thanks to the company Denali because they sponsored the trip and they finance parts of the expedition.
Компания Denali выступила спонсором части экспедиции.
So we can work in the place. It's important that you can work there.
И мы смогли работать в этом месте.
Also, GBL Heiko sponsored for shrimps, and we named also Caridina, what is it called? Bömi. Yes. So the companies, they also do something for keep the places, because we work there, we can make some, get more experience about how the habitat works or stuff like that. So, in fact, they support the science, which I think is very important.
Также компания JBL спонсировала некоторые путешествия, и одна из креветок была названа в честь основателя компании.
Because the government in Sulawesi, they don't care.
Правительству в Сулавеси все равно.
Caridina denali again, and here a close-up. They are that little, 1.5 centimeters, tiny shrimps, but very nice. You can have them in a little nano aquarium of 10 liters, no problem. Just you have to give them the nice, the water that they like.
Они очень маленькие, всего 1,5 сантиметра размером, их можно содержать в 10-литровом аквариуме, просто нужно подготовить им воду, которая им нравится.
This is Caridina denali in the lake. And like I told you,
Caridina denali в озере.
it was difficult to take the photo because the lake was like, and I with my camera, and then I said, oh, fuck off. And I gave up.
Очень трудно снять эту креветку в озере, потому что вода постоянно колышется, и пришлось сдаться в конце.
It's the only sharp photo I have for, let's say, more or less sharp of the shrimp, and it took me half an hour. So,
Чтобы снять более-менее резкое фото креветки, понадобилось полчаса.
they live on the rocks, 1 second. And I had to lift the rock, hey!
Они живут на камнях, приходилось поднимать камни и фотографировать.
Well, the equipment is not, Canon don't pay me to mention their name, so I will not mention Canon. Right? Like, well, you use Canon also. But the equipment is not the important thing. It's the photographer. The equipment, if you give me a Nikon, probably after 3 months, I could use a Nikon or Sony. That don't matter. It's how you see the thing.
Оборудование не важно, главное, то, как ты сам видишь.
This is again a nice place underwater. It's natural aquascaping. Look at that. And here you have all this is Eriocaulon. Eriocaulon sp. We don't know what species it is because, in fact, nobody is working in these things. We just discovered 20 new species of shrimps in this lake, 20 plus 10 new crabs. So you can imagine that there is plants and other things you don't know. Probably a lot of other freshwater things, invertebrates or whatever that nobody worked in.
Здесь обитают эриокаулоны, и эти растения еще не описаны, неизвестные виды. Здесь очень много неоткрытых видов креветок, и еще очень много нужно исследовать.
This is also Cardina. This is Cardina holtuisi, and the other also holtuisi, the others I showed before. It's the same species, different color forms.
Один и тот же вид, просто разные цветовые формы.
Cardina holtuisi. Also very tiny, like that.
Также очень маленькая креветка.
This is the habitat of Cardina holtuisi. Oh, they are sitting in the leaves, under the leaves, and if you make like that, all the shrimps.
Креветки сидят между листьями. Когда разгребаешь листья, они показываются.
Let's see, what is this? Well, this is just, just push it forward so you can see. This is chara. It's an algae. It looks like a plant, but it's algae. Chara sp, because we don't know.
Это чара, это не водоросли, не растения, а водоросли, хотя выглядят как растения.
Alsmoides. This is another plant. It grows like that, but in the aquarium hobby, we don't have it because it's difficult to grow it.
Это алисмоидес, большое растение, в аквариумистике не применяется, потому что сложно его выращивать.
You are right. And this is a predator, one of the endemic fish of the lake.
Это одна из endemичных рыб озера, хищник.
Like that. And here also Eriocaulon at the shoreline of the lake.
Это эриокаулон у берега озера.
And sometimes these fall dry. Sometimes when we have been there, the water was very high. So you had more than 1 meter higher water. So in some years, the water goes down, so they are totally dry. So they have to cope with, like tidal, it's something like a tide, some years the water is high, other years the water is low.
Эти растения приспосабливаются к изменению уровня воды, потому что иногда бывают годы, когда вода повышается, а иногда вода совсем уходит, и им приходится приспосабливаться.
Exactly. And this is also a new plant. We don't know what it is. I just found it in a lake in a place. I have no idea, so if any one of you wants to get involved, welcome. I don't know.
Также неизвестное растение, которое недавно было обнаружено в этом озере.
It's a nano plant. It's like that. Would be perfect to have in a nano aquarium.
Это нано-растение, можно применять в нано-аквариумах.
But probably also Eriocaulon or something.
Возможно, тоже эриокаулон.
The coconut palm here. I thought it looks like a monster, so that's why I photographed it. When I looked at it, I was like, okay.
Кокосовая пальма выглядит как монстр, поэтому я ее сфотографировал.
And this is, here you can see, this is a different habitat to the rocks. This is like silty, muddy, and you can find totally different species of snails on this piece of mud or silt or whatever.
Здесь очень много ила, и поэтому здесь водятся совсем другие виды в остальных местах.